said she never wanted kids. I believed to make her feel safe, to make her think I was the kind of man who'd give up everything for her. Walked into that hospital myself and got a vasectomy. Thought that kind of commitment would make her love me, but 3 years late found out how wrong I was. Started hating me for not being able to have kids. Edith on her kid. Ready 3 years Olen, I saw that scene. I completely lost it. Turns out she never hated Kitty, just didn't want my kid. That surgery 3 years ago. Did it for nothing, almost ran up to her. Wanted to scream. Occur. In the end, I held it in, because everything had become one barrel joke that night. A could sleet felt like someone stomped on my pride and twisted it into the dirt. And just when I thought it could get worry, sent me a bunch of videos, clips of her and her lover. Affia sicting all sweet told me better go divorce her. I watched those videos, words stabbing right into my heart. I did it replica cause I still loved her. And next morning he showed up at my house with her lover. Smirked and said that in our 8 years of marriage, he spent $2 million on me now that her company was about to go public. He wanted me to pay it all back, right? Thought I was broke. A total loser. When I actually transferred her the $2 million, he smiled like we had no idea her company had only made it this far. Oh, because I'd been quietly helping her behind the scenes. No loser, the son of the richest man in Yun Sit. Doubt. I'd planned to tell her the truth before her company went public and invest $200 million right there on the spot. Turns out everything was already off the rails. And the kid she had wasn't mine. Didn't he had just decided to let go, let her be with that guy, and I go back to my father, to my easy, air-free rich lie. Super. Right before Levy suddenly remember was still one unfinished project, a deal he'd been working on with the guru, a key to her company. That project failed. She'd lose her funding and crash. I decided to help her one last time in if it was the final thing I ever did for her. But life loves to mess with you. And I showed up at the guru, and her lover were there too. He saw me still working for her company instead of being grateful. Napped at me. Old me to stop dealing with the group altogether. Earring the thing in me broke. Asked. Even know why the group picked your tiny company Corey did it thought I was just some low-level employee at her firm. Her eyes. I wasn't even qualified to handle a big project. When the group's rep came out, he said it clearless project only gets done with me or no one else. Thought maybe then she'd realize who I really was. Atney flipped it on me. Accused me of bad-mouthing her behind her, blocking her from the project. Called me a jerk. Her co-workers joined Yang I wasn't. On her side I was sabotaging her, looked at their faces. So self-familiar, so strange. My heart just went cold. To turn to Leah, that guy stepped in front of me. He smirking me. I was just a man he'd been snipped. Useless freak who couldn't have kids. He bragged about how he landed the group deal, how he was about to take her company public. Mercy sits. And how he'd even connected with the city's richest family. He said even without the guru on word from the tycoon would make his companies, could he help but laugh. It was my mother watching their smug faces. I pulled out my phone and called Huffy. Told her I was ready to go through with the engagement my family arranged with the group. Thought that would finally shut them out. She laughed in my face. That I was full of myself, just pretending to be someone I'm not. Her lover sneered 10 if the group boss really agreed to marry a loser dropped to his knees and licked my shoes clean. And right there, door open to herself walked old Iom Voye, looked straight at them and said, "Darn's fiance," and just like that, the whole room went dead. Silent.